Well, hello, welcome to IRL Season 9, today in Mexico for the Formula 3 Championship. I hope you're having a good time, and I'm sure this race is gonna be good. That shouldn't hamper the progress. Matt, as always, retiring first, start last. Thomas McIver will be the first one on a fast lap on the mediums. Seems like that's his strategy. Mediums on the first run, always. Lock up into turn 1, but he still makes it. Not the cleanest turn 1. Now, into this clumsy part, then the stadium section. Through the S's on the third gear straight now, braking into the big stadium. And oh, not the best line through there, but he should make it. And he does a 16.165. Tim stops. He's invalidated and he's really slow, probably giving slipstream. Let's go on board with Tom then. Tom taking advantage of this. Tim really moving out of the way nicely. Woody 18.9, the second time on the board. Purple first sector. Expected, to be fair. Shane with a 15.2, almost a second. The best time I did here was a 14.444, and that was a pole position lap. Alpha Ross goes P2 with a 16.059. Let's see Tom where he can end up. Now on to the start finish straight, and he sets a 14.181. He's 3/10 faster than my best time here, so that could be a pole lap. I mean, I didn't have a slipstream, but still. Michael Marlowe will have a 10-second penalty added to his race time here in Mexico. He needs a good qualifying, therefore. And he will come across the line to go P2 with a 14.983. Then we have... we only have one Ferrari this time around. Okay. Adrian then went 4th fastest. Billy goes 1 place behind Lennon. Let's see this lap. It is a 16.1 and it is P8. It's for Sylvain Bessier, I don't know. Sounds really French. Oh, both racing points are starting from back. Interesting. Billy pitting. There's a Williams coming across the line now. It's gonna be Adam. But Adam doesn't have a valid lap time, so we'll probably try it once again. Let's watch his on board. Oh. Not the best turn 1, 2 and 3. Turn 4, good. Turn 5. This track is all about cutting the track. Cut the track as much as you can and you will get a good lap time. Pretty much. Let's see what lap time he gets. It is going to be a 1:48. It's P2 for him. Good job. Pitting for Thomas McIver. Luke Baker will be the next one to cross the line. And Luke will set a P10 lap time. It's a 70.6. Ari will set a 16.2. Ross is on a timed lap. And he will set a lap time that is a 1:14.5, goes P2. Now there is Adrian Lennon starting a lap. Tim Brewster-Lenz goes P3 with a 14.6. Enzo retiring from the session, so Reese will start P15. Tim taking an off-road experience to give the toe to Tom, and Tom is on a fast lap. Michael Marlowe is on a fast lap as well. I think Shane is in the pits, yes, so that has to be Sylvain. And that's not an improvement for Michael. It will be a 14.8, goes P5. Now it's Lennon pitting. Let's get on board with Tom. Tom will finish this lap to set a 14.2. No improvement, but still keeps the pole position. Shane still in the pits. Sylvain on a fast lap. Let's see what he can do. Now through the stadium section. Just this one corner to go. And the lap time will be a 14.6, goes P4. P4. Williams is on a hot lap. It's Thomas McIver invalidated. Tom is probably pitting. Yes. Billy will go into the pits. Michael Marlowe also going into the pits. And it is a calm situation out on the track. Outlap for Adrian Lennon. The two Haas cars also in an outlap. Thomas McIver on an in-lap. Let's get on board with Adrian Lennon. He will be the first one to set the last lap time. His last lap time, of course. Let's see. What's the top speed? It's well above 330. It's just about 330. 334 and braking into turn 1. Good line through there. Oh, invalidated. Yep, that's just that tiny fraction. He will have another chance at it. Ari sets the purple first sector. Interesting. Woolley pulls out. Oh, Ari. Oh, God. Small mistake. Costs him a lot. I don't think he will improve on this lap. Woolley won't, that's for sure. Adrian Lennon pitting. Can they go out once again before the lights? The checkered flag falls. It's going to be a Renault of Tim Brewster-Lenz now starting a lap. Really in tune, the Renault cars, with the possible slipstream strategy. If they want to execute that, Tom really needs to slow down really much. Really good. And it's a purple first sector. Really helping each other. Shane is also invalidated. Woolley will be the first one of the pack to cross the line, but we are more focused about those guys at the front. Purple second sector. It's a great improvement for Tim. What can he do in the last sector? P10 for Wooly, P1 for Tim. It's gonna be P2 at best. Now we have Adam Corrigan starting a fast lap. Tom starting a fast lap as well. Will he get the slipstream that he needs from his teammate? Oh, doesn't seem like it will be the perfect slipstream, but oh, this is a nice slipstream. Tim just needs to get out of the way, which he does, but still a small lockup here. Billy is on a fast lap. Ross retires from the session, so he will be P3 at best. Adam invalidated. He will have 40 seconds to get to the line. He should get to the line in time. So let's focus on Tom here. Can he improve here? Tom goes quickest, 1:14.047. Oh, 074. Let's see, Shane is on a fast lap, crossing the line with a 1:15.0, which is only P7 for Shane. The next car to cross the line will be Billy. Billy does a 15.0, does not improve. Let's see what Adam Corrigan can do now. The checkered flag has fallen. It is P4 for Adrian Lennon at best. Now it's Ari crossing the line. Next up, and it is P10 for him. Now Luke cross line. He goes to set a P13 lap time. So last of the running cars. Adam Corrigan goes P3. Oh, and Mr. B, just call him Mr. B, cannot improve because he's invalidated. So that's it. Tom Joel on pole, his teammate in P2, P3 for Adam Corrigan, P4 for Ross, P5 for Adrian Lennon, P6 for Mr. B. And then I cannot read the rest at the moment. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so P1, P2, the both Reynolds, and P3 Adam, P4 Ross, P5 Adrian Lennon, P6 Mr. B, P7 Michael Marlowe, P8 Shane, P9 Billy, P10 Ari, P11 Wooly, P12 Thomas McIver, P13 Luke Baker, P14 is Jeremy Pope, P15 Reese, P16 Enzo, P17 Matt. We're in for a good one. Let's go. Let's go through the standings whilst we are loading and on the formation lap. Tom is in P1 leading with 127 points. Then it's Adrian Lennon with 122. Shane P3 with 82. Michael Marlowe with 80 in P4. Adam Corrigan 73 points. Then he's P5. P6 is Reese with 68. P7 is Ross Denholm with 60. Then it's Tim Brewster Lenz with 54. Ivan King 29. P10 is Thomas McIver in the Williams with 27 points. Then we go on to Luke Baker in P11 with 23. Thomas Spicer in the Haas with 21. Billy in the AlphaTauri with 18. 10 points for Matt and for Joachim Storm. Then Enzo with 8 points. 1 point have Tyler Thomas and Jessica Harrison. And the rest doesn't have any points. And the constructors, Renault leading with 181, then AlphaTauri with 138, then Williams with 189 points have the Ferraris. Mercedes in P5 with 82, McLaren in P6 with 80, Racing Point with 78 points in P7, P8 is Haas with 21, P9 is Red Bull with also 21, and the last one are the Alfa Romeo cars with 9 points between them. Okay, so the formation lap, it's not raining. Let's see what tires everyone has opted to outside of the top 10. So, we only have Willie and Matt on the mediums and Thomas McIver on the hards. Everyone else on the softs. I think mediums are the tire to go. One stop easy here. With medium hard strategy, soft. If you start in the soft, you have to go to do 2 stints with the medium tires. They are approaching the grid, and we will have the race start as soon as the last car, that is Matt, approaches the grid. All the cars are lined up now, and we are just waiting for the go from the race control, and it is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it is Enzo with the penalty for a drive-through with the penalty for jumping the start, and he's gone. He's our leader at the moment. Tom is in P2, better start than Tom. I mean, Tim is better than Tom. Well, I don't know what I'm talking about. Michael Marlowe sends one down the inside, cannot go ahead, but Adam can try and go ahead of Tom Joel, but cannot make it, just about. Ross is still in P5 and stays in P5. Michael Marlowe now side by side with Shane. Has to go wide here and will slot into P8. Reese is in P12 battling with Luke. This could be a nice battle here. Reese will get P11. Thomas McIver into the points. 2 guys already getting penalties for extending track limits. There was some side-by-side action here. Michael Marlowe defending his P8. When will Enzo pit? That's a question. Not yet. Tim Brewster-Lins with a P1. Tim is this Tim? Yes, it is Tim pulling out, but cannot. That was Tom pulling out, but cannot make a move there. Ross up into P6. Adam, Corrigan and Tom battling. Adam has the inside line and will get P3. P2 once Enzo pits to serve the drive-through. Enzo has built a gap. Not that big of a gap, but still a gap. And the two Mercedes, Shane in P7 still. Michael Marlowe down to P9. Enzo with the fastest lap. He's staying out for another one. DRS has been enabled, but will be available from the third DRS zone because the first two are before the start finish straight. Billy gets a penalty. Shane, Ross and Mr. B battling still, and it's gonna be a good battle. Ross loses a position. Can Shane profit of Ross losing this position? No, we can't. Tim goes ahead of Enzo. Enzo should pit this lap, or serve his drive through this lap. And Adrian Lennon with the fastest lap. This could be spicy between Shane and Ross. Both having DRS. Shane will move up ahead. Reese is in P9. Remember, started from P5, from P15. Shane and Ross still side by side into the turn 4. Now turn 5 awaits. Ross has to go wide. We'll have the outside line, but Shane is well far ahead. Ross gets a penalty with that. Interesting. Reese closing in on to Michael Marlowe. Michael Marlowe will have a 10-second penalty at the end of this race. Billy another 3-second time penalty. Thomas McIver gets his first penalty. This could be a penalty fest. Tom gets Tom gets the fastest lap. It's a 18.5, I believe. Shane now punching the hole in the air for Ross, and Ross will go down the inside. And overtake Shane. Shane has to stick to the position that is P7. Adam and Tom both getting penalties. Tim, the champion from last season, leading this race, and as he gets the first penalty of his race. Ross now and P6 side by side with Shane, even before the DRS activation point. Or do they both not have DRS, or what's happening here? Okay, so Shane is ahead and Reese ahead, or side by side with Ross. Let's see this battle here now for P7. It is Reese in P7. Enzo and Wooly are battling, or were battling now, and Enzo is behind Wooly, but will attack on the second DRS straight. Down the inside he goes, still side by side those two. Just yielding a little bit. Oh, nice drifting from those two. Ari gets a penalty meanwhile. Matt following behind on his mediums, really happy. Okay. Adam and Tim battling for P2. Oh, how's Tom ahead? I have totally missed this. Reese is now ahead of Shane. Shane cuts short to get the better exit. Ross having a horrendous exit. But Shane and Reese side by side now. Shane will have the inside for this one, and who has the inside for this one wins in the most of the cases. But Reese hanging in tight there and will use the overtake to go down the inside here and stay ahead in P6. Good battle from those two. The battle for P4 is also there. More for P1 because that's a 5-car train all for the lead. And look at the gap from P5 to P6, it's massive. There's gonna be no overtaking here this time around, but look at Adam. Adam could do something here. Is he sending a dive bomb? Not now. Shane has to stay behind. Ross catching up meanwhile for P7. Potentially P6. Jeremy Pope battle. Enzo with a much better exit and is ahead. This might be Adam's straight. He has 70% of ERS, 50% for Tim. Will Adam send one down the inside or around the outside? Oh, he gets a penalty for running wide, but he is keeping the inside line here. Oh, has to cut back, and now it's a drag race. Who has the better ERS usage? Adam opts not to use his ERS. Instead, playing around with the racing line, trying to find some space to move up ahead. Oh, as we see Jeremy spinning out of turn 1 and losing his front wing. It's a Renault 1-2 still. Now some of the guys were in the pits already. Tom pitting, they're our race leader, pitting for mediums. Will fall down to P8 probably. And we'll have some clean air, that's crucial. Meanwhile, Adam and Adrian Lennon will probably have a battle right now. Everything's steady so far. Oh, but Adam gets a poor exit out of here. But that doesn't bring him any bad. Shane in P11 pitting for softs. Oh, maybe here down the inside or not unruly. What a nice move. Tom still in P8. When will Tim pit? Tim pits now. Adam pits now. Adrian Lennon goes on to do another lap. Almost everyone in the pit lane now. Let's see where they merge compared to Tom. Tom now coming on to the start-finish straight, now crossing the line. This is going to be close. He's ahead, a big undercut on Tim, and he's ahead of Adam and of everybody else. Enzo will get into the way of B this year. And will hamper his progress, but now has a bad exit out of here. DRS and ERS, and this should be an easy move for P6. It is an easy move for P6. Jeremy gets a 3-second penalty, so Adrian Lennon, Enzo, Bruley and Matt, the only guys without a penalty at the moment, as Shane into the S's overtakes Enzo for P7. Oh, Michael Marlowe has retired from this race. I don't know what happens with the penalty once he retires from a race. It might be that that penalty carries over onto the next one. Adrian Lennon pitting onto the mediums. Compared to Tom, it's going to be a big deficit. And compared to everyone else, is behind them and behind the two Mercedes as well. And the two Mercedes having fun in front here. Shane on the softer compound, down the inside, up into P5. There's a yellow flag. Is this Ari? Yes, it was Ari. And there could be a battle between Ross and Woolley. Maybe on the third DRS straight, maybe here a move could happen. But it is not happening now. Oh, into the stadium section. Good one. P11 is... Shane says the fastest lap. Adam now will go down the inside on Tim and get the position. P2 once Thomas McIver decides to pit, as there is the other McLaren retiring from the session, so it's a double DNF for McLaren. It's a yellow flag only. It's a big train for the lead, and it's a big train behind, starting with starting with Billy. Oh, is this Ari? Ari is being lapped by Ross. The two Mercedes not doing badly at all. Yellow flag for a Haas. Ari gets a 5-second penalty for speeding at the pit lane and he retires. He is our third retiree. Tom building a nice gap for the lead here. Almost caught up to Thomas McIver. But actually, once Thomas pits, he will only need to pit for mediums or for softs. That means he's still ahead on track, because the other guys will have to do one pit stop more than he does need to do. So Tom actually needs to pit, to overtake him on track to be ahead of him. Shane might get Tim for P4. Maybe Adam Corrigan also. Being involved so slightly, and not so usual line from Shane, but a good exit. And it will be around the outside for Shane. Tim pushes Shane really wide. This is a bit... oh, this is a bit bumper cars. Still side by side. Tim opts not to use any ERS and not to defend the position. It is P4 for Shane. Oh, no DRS for Tim. Oh, there is DRS for Tim. Maybe on this straight, Tim can go back ahead of Shane. It's a compound soft tire for Shane. But might be Tom is ahead of Thomas McIver at the moment, and Matt Romano pits from the mediums onto the softs, so he's doing a two-stop. What? This was weird. Why isn't Matt doing a one-stop? Oh, as Thomas McIver lets Adam past, and now will be under attack from Shane because of that. No DRS for Thomas McIver. Shane will pull out or not. Let's see. Around the outside, and Shane will go to spin Thomas McIver around. We've seen this with Tim just a lap before, where Shane turns in on a car without any notice. Ow, and Mr. B just outbrakes himself. Let's look at the penalty situation. So it's 3 seconds for Tom, 9 seconds for Adam, 6 seconds for Shane. So Shane is in P2 as things stand. P3 would then be Adam. Then actually it might be Adrian Lennon in P2. Let's go on to leader. So the gap to the leader is 5.6 seconds. This is P2 for Adrian Lennon at the moment, as B and Tim Brewster-Lins are having a battle. Adrian Lennon now trying to go around the outside. Who's the latest on the brakes? It is Tim Brewster-Lins keeping the P5, but a nice switch back here down the inside. Adrian Lennon. Oh. This was a bit problematic, but those things happen. And Adrian Lennon now has lost some time, but still 5 seconds behind Adam. 9 seconds of penalties Adam has. Shane has 6 seconds. Oh, it's the second pit stop for Shane now. Fits the medium tires. Adrian Lennon now and Tim in a fight. Tim just about to outbrake himself, but no damage caused as Adrian moves up ahead of Tim into P4 and potentially P2. The gap is 5 seconds. So if Thomas McIver wants to go onto the mediums, this is the perfect time to pit. If Thomas McIver wants to go into the softs, he will need to do another 5 to 6 laps. This was almost a overtake from Reese here. Oh, somebody's ringing at my door. Let me check who that is. I'll be right back. And I am back. Nothing has changed. Seemed like nothing has changed. Let's see if anybody has a penalty more than before. Only 3 cars without a penalty. Now it is Matt Romano, Enzo and Adrian Lennon without the penalty. Still might be P2 for Adrian Lennon. Adam Corrigan, another 3-second penalty, so now most likely behind Adrian Lennon. So it is P2 on penalties for Adrian Lennon. Oh, as there is Thomas McIver. Is this a puncture maybe? Or is this just a spin? He is ghosted. His tires are flat spotted and don't look like they're in the best shape, but they are still driving. Reese gets a 3-second penalty. No real battles out on track. Let's get on board with Tim, who's closing in on Adrian Lennon. Oh, Thomas McIver into turn 1, another spin. Oh, and now he has a puncture. Now it happened on lap 22. He has a puncture and he will have to drive this car back to the pit somehow. The only advice I can give him, is not to spin here. Almost catches out Enzo. In GTA, when you have a puncture on the F1 car, if you drive backwards, you will have more grip. That's the only advice I can give you. And it's a donut fest for him. How does he want to go through the S's? That's the question. And another spin. Matromano ahead. In P13. You cannot change the direction when you have a punctured rear tire. That's what we have learned here, as he's about to get lapped by Tom. And a few laps ago he was battling with him for P1. So just the stadium section to go. And spins. I predict another spin at the last corner. Almost. And into the pits he goes. 22 laps he could do without the puncture. Now he has to pit. Okay, 12 laps to go. Let's see the penalty situation now. 6 seconds the gap from Adrian to Adam. Tim gets another 3-second penalty. Still should say ahead of Reese. Luke, therefore, has 6 seconds. Needs to find another 6 to go ahead of Shane. Tim. I don't know what happened to the leaderboard. Oh, that's because B was pitting for the softs, probably. Yes. And will come out behind his teammate. Billy gets another 3-second penalty. 15 seconds, the most of the drivers we have now. Now a safety car, but improve the chances of Matt Romano scoring points by so much, and Enzo placing somewhere in the top 5 as well. As Ross and Shane are battling here. Maybe now on the DRS straight, Shane can move up ahead. Down the inside, Shane goes. And it is Tom pitting for softs. Adam will pit probably this lap. Matt Romano enjoying his time in P13. And Reese pits. Tom will come out behind Shane. And Shane has done his 2 stops. So Tom needs to overtake Shane now. This was a big undercut. So expect Shane to be ahead of everyone else, so and can Tom now do something about it? We'll probably wait until the start-finish straight. Adam pits for the softs. Adrian still not pitting. Tom will have the DRS. And Shane has overtaken everyone. That's the problem with Shane. Oh, as Billy has retired from this race, let's go on board with Wooly to see what has happened. And it's a virtual safety car. This helps Adrian Lennon, maybe. Oh, he's only in sector 2. This will have to be a long safety car for him to capitalize on it. But it helps Enzo, definitely. Oh, drive-through penalty for B. And Shane gets another penalty. Does anybody else have a drive-through? No, as Shane and Tom are straight out side by side. Tom will have to stay behind for at least this straight. He will have the DRS. And moving up ahead of Shane shouldn't be a problem now. Tom is now side by side and ahead of Shane in a comfortable lead. Oh well, Adam is on a 1-stop from what tire? It's Adam. So softs to mediums. He was pitting on lap 12, so he will go for softs once again probably. I do not think the mediums can do so many laps. This might get interesting here between those two. Seven laps to go. Reese with the fastest lap. And Tom in P2. Is Adrian Lennon going for a one-stop? If he is, well, that's gonna be a massive effort. The mediums don't feel great. That's for sure. And he pits now, probably for softs in the last 6 laps. And if he can get a nice gap, or if he can fit into the penalty window of the others, he should get the P2 easily. He will be behind Reese. "13 seconds the gap to the leader, 10 seconds the gap to Shane. Shane has 17 seconds. He should be ahead of everyone here. But look at Matt, he could get P11. A safety car now would absolutely mean that Matt is in the points. As sector 2, there's a yellow flag for Thomas McIver's pinning. Oh, and he crashes. Big crash, big crash. This has to be a safety car. Has to be. It's a virtual safety car. Oh god. Come on, game. Come on, game. We want a full safety car. Nobody should pit now. Five DNFs. When will we go? DRS enabled, and it's green light once again here. Oh, as Luke and Enzo are battling here, Luke has to take this fat curve and down to P10, or still in P10. B gets another penalty, up to 12 for him. Matt Romano, at the moment the only lapped car. Tim Brewster gets 3 seconds, up to 15 seconds for him. Tom with a really nice race and a really nice drive. 4 laps to go for him. Will be 3 soon. Once he crosses the line, it's gonna be 4 laps for him. Oh, Adam! I thought he was pitting. Ross might be on to B here. Adam cover again. Ross now 3/10 behind B. Let's see. Adam, battle for P2, will go down the inside on Shane. Will he get the position? That's the question. Shane still in the mix here. Will be P3rd in the end. Shane might go down the inside here. Nope. Adam really nice in closing the gap. Now Tim is looking to get Shane on the softs, as Ross is ahead of B. B still in there, not now. Tim and Shane having a nice little battle upcoming. We're on lap 35 out of 36, 2 to go. As Tim, with no ERS left, gets Shane into turn 1. Shane gets another penalty, up to 20 seconds for Shane. Now Adrian Lennon onto this lot of drivers here. Almost pinning, but still in P5, soon to be P4, and at the end of the race should be P2. Wooly up to 12 seconds. And the last lap has been started by Tom. Shane and Adrian Lennon now in a battle. Adrian Lennon no ERS, but is ahead of Shane. Can Shane at least keep P5 on track? Will be P6 in the end, because Shane has 11 seconds of penalties more than Reese does. In fact, Reese... Maybe I'm... Yes, I am. Or I'm not. I don't know. Reese could finish ahead of Tim. Maybe. Let's see that. Tim is P3 on track. Tom is entering the stadium section. The Mexican flag is here in the fireworks, and Tom will cross the line in Mexico to get his another win, get him another win. Then it's Adrian Lennon in P2, Tim Bruce-Owens in P3. No, Tim in P5. It's a podium for Reese. Wow! From P15, or how many drivers do we have? Shane is in P6, P5 for Tim, P4 for Adam. I didn't expect Reese to go onto the podium. Wow! What an effort. B is in P8, Enzo will be P9, Luke will be P10, Woody will be P11. Luke crosses the line, Woody left. And that would conclude this race. Let me ask the boys if they want an interview, because this effort from Reese was tremendous. This effort from Adrian was tremendous. And Tom in his classical domination. It is this is your final race result. It is Tom in P1, Adrian Lennon in P2, Reese in P3, P4 Adam Corrigan P5, Tim Bruce-Owens P6, Shane P7, Ross P8, Enzo P9, B P10, Luke. Out of the points, Wooly and Matt. The DNFs, Thomas McIver, Billy, Ari, Jeremy, and Michael Marlowe. I think Michael's penalty of 10 seconds carries on to the next race. And Tom wants an invite to the party. Let's see if Tom is joining. Hello, Tom.
Hello.
How are you?
Not bad, mate, not bad.
Good race from you.
Another one starting.
I don't think you had any problems. Maybe Shane clearing him.
No, I didn't have something. I just didn't. I got a penalty, but no spins.
My game just crashed. I hope it didn't end the stream.
Nah, I won't end the stream. They just need the stream so I'm basically done.
Okay. Wait, let me just get everything sorted now. Okay, so what do you think of this race? How was it for you?
Not bad. I mean, I got pole. I was happy with that, and my starts aren't great, so I knew my team would swim and go ahead of me. When I got that back, and then I saved the RS, which helped at the end. I tried to stay around 67% and use that at the end, so I hope I did.
Yeah, nice teamwork from the Renault guys in the qualifying.
Yeah, we thought we'd do some slipstream. I messed up to Tim Wednesday for the slipstream.
Oh.
I tried, but I just went at the wrong time.
And Reese, congrats. From P15 to P3. If you're there.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I didn't realise my mic was muted. But yeah, actually mental race. I can't believe it.
Yeah, it was mental. I didn't expect you were going to end up in P3 after. I mean, you fought your way up. You told us in the Discord chat you would. And why did you start last or P15? Why did you not try and set a lap in quali?
Well, I don't know. Recently, I've been doing really bad in league races. Like last week, I did bad in Suzuka. It was a mess. And I just thought, you know what? I'm gonna start from the back, try a bit of fun. And I was thinking top 10 maybe, hopefully. But to get P3 with fast lap as well, I couldn't believe it. Honestly, I'm still shaking now, as you can probably tell by
Yeah, I mean, this race, everyone had so many penalties, so the guys without penalties certainly did get something out of it. You had only 9 seconds compared to some guys that had 15 or 20 seconds. I was expecting a safety car once Thomas McIver crashed, but it didn't come. It was only the virtual version of it. I think it should have been a full safety car.
Yeah, I was hoping for a full safety car at some point, but then I'm just glad it turned out the way it did, honestly.
And did you want to do a one-stop at some point?
Well, I wanted to try and do a medium to hards, but the game was just being stupid and wouldn't let me change it to that, even though I started last, so yeah, I don't know what I was about, but yeah, I just had to go for the two-stop, and but luckily it was the right one.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't start last. It's usually, I think the best guy is probably medium soft anyway.
Yeah,
It's just best guy.
that's good.
Shane was trying to do a soft medium and he has fallen off on the last lap massively.
Yeah. I was going to do soft medium and then Matt with the top reject. I essentially the tires they don't wear off because the fuel amount you're in, so it's like kind of soft to me. Don't wear my guns. Otherwise I would have done so shitty.
Okay, thank you guys for joining me. Sorry Tom, I forgot the interviews last time. What's the next race?
Hungary, and I'm probably not going to go for it, so I'm going to lose the championship.
Oh, Hungary. I'm having a Hungary race tonight and Matt's commentating over it. I hope it's raining. I hope. I'm not good in the rain, but I'm bad in the dry on Hungary.
Oh,
Yeah.
same.
Thank you guys for joining me. See you next week for Hungary, and until then, bye bye.